Before we begin today's ceremony, we'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of our land. So please join me in welcoming Ngunnawal leader Selina Walker to the stage.
Yuma. Thank you. Galaganya Jelena Walker. Darawa Nuna Darawa Nunawo. Hello, my name is Selina Walker and this is Ngunnawal country. I'd like to first start by acknowledging my elders, the Ngunnawal elders, and pay respect to elders past, present and future. I'd also like to extend that to all our non-Indigenous friends that have joined us and acknowledge your elders as well. And I want to acknowledge my Ngunnawal godson who will be entertaining you in the forefront while I'm talking. The Ngunnawal community are the traditional custodians of Canberra and the region. You may not be aware that the Ngunnawal nation is made up of several family groups and not just individuals who represent this country. Therefore, as a community, we have an elected body known as the United Ngunnawal Elders Council to represent us, along with the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander elected body of the ACT. This is important for you to understand and acknowledge, for our identity is a collective identity. There are other Indigenous and non-Indigenous people from around the nation, the country and the world who've come to live on Ngunnawal land. I would like to acknowledge and welcome you all. The tradition of welcoming the people to country is a practice that was handed down by our ancestors, old people and elders from the beginning of time. Before entering another person's country, you would first announce your arrival and not enter until the traditional owner formally welcomed you. The reason for this practice was to protect your spirit whilst in another person's country and also to show respect for the country of which you are entering. It's wonderful to see that this practice is now recognised and respected. I suppose it's not like entering into someone's home unless you're first invited. The Ngunnawal people, as within all Aboriginal people, have a great heritage that would like to share with all Australians from every walk of life. As you are aware, Canberra means meeting place, and Canberra has been a place of gathering for many Aboriginal tribes of Australia to come together to deal with important business and also for ceremonial purposes. Our Ngunnawal ancestors believed in the importance of people gathering to build relationships, share knowledge and to celebrate the gift of heritage and history. We believe it's important for all to recognise our unique history and again an understanding that our land is our heritage and how loss of the land has disconnected so many Aboriginal people from their spiritual links, cultural heritage and identity. Reconciliation is not just a word, it is an action, and it is a human rights movement. I, as an Aboriginal person in this country, have only been counted as a human for 56 years. Let me repeat that while that sinks in. I, as a beautiful black woman in this country, have only been counted as a human for 56 years. I'm only 42. We are very young in our reconciliation journey, but we are on the right path. By incorporating welcome to country to cultural practices and protocols, we are on the road to true reconciliation. I ask all of you to take a moment and reflect on how you can join our reconciliation movement and progress this country to true reconciliation. So on behalf of my grandmother, Auntie Agnes Shea, who's the most senior Ngunnawal elder here, I'd like to thank you once again for inviting me here to do the Welcome to Country. I unfortunately can't stay for the rest of the event. Obviously, you can see why. But congratulations to all the recipients. Well done on the event. And I'll now finish in the words of my people, the Ngunnawal people. Yumalandi Yunanga Yarabu Yangu, which means you may leave footprints on our land now, or in other words, welcome to country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Selina. I probably didn't introduce myself at the start. So my name is Holly FERLING and I'm going to be your MC today. When it comes to sport, I count myself so incredibly lucky. I come from a small town in rural Queensland and I've had the privilege of pulling on the green and gold and representing my country in cricket. Currently, I play for the Perth Scorchers in the WBBL and the ACT Meteors in the Women's National Cricket League. And sport has also offered me a career off the field. When I'm not playing, I'm sitting in the Channel 7 commentary box and giving my spin on cricket right throughout the summer. Sport has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. My brother and I were absolutely mad for it. I can remember that we would come home from school, unpack our lunch boxes, and then we'd essentially be locked out of the house until dark, and just finding whatever ball we could get our hands on and playing. Until Mum and Dad eventually called us back in for dinner. Those games slowly turned into fixtures for our local clubs. It was netball and touch football for me, rugby league and cricket for my brother Lane, until eventually when I was 12, I decided that I'd just give that one a crack as well. Our local club cricket nets soon became the venue of choice for these contests between bat and ball. Me with new ball in hand and my brother literally trying to launch me onto any of the houses that surrounded the small park that wasn't far from our house. Well, these memories are something that I'll forever cherish. I think as I've gotten older and have had broader experiences both on and off the field, I've realised that sport impacts us in three ways. The first is that sport is a connector. For our communities around the nation, sport is this invisible thread that links us all and unites us all. I've seen rural communities who've been in the middle of a drought and the farmers literally put their tools down on their properties and come together for a weekly cricket match on a Saturday. This game was more than just about cricket. It was a chance to connect, a chance to share in the successes and the hardships that they were each facing. But more than anything, it was an opportunity to support each other. Sports connect our schools, our neighbourhoods and our states and territories, and geez, don't we love a little bit of state rivalry? Secondly, sport is a teacher. For me personally, it's been like another parent. Lessons of cooperation, teamwork, problem solving, creativity, work ethic and resilience have constantly been learned throughout my career and the sporting journeys of probably many of you in the room, whether it be setbacks like injury, finding a way to win when your backs are against the wall, or coming together for a tournament like the WBBL or even our junior representative championships, and finding a way to click as a team within just a few days. These character attributes are now becoming some of the most sought after by workforces right around the country. So not only is sport creating waves at grassroots level, it's shaping our future leaders, our future business owners, and our future employees. Finally, sport is a vehicle for change. I've had the privilege of touring India twice for World Cups in 2013 and 2016, and each time that we get to do that, we got an opportunity to do a clinic with some young girls from a local village. And one of the unique things is that we don't speak the same language, but cricket became this universal language that brought us together and allowed us both to play and in turn understand each other. Sport breaks down these barriers in society, whether that be language, race or gender. It helps to create happier and healthier humans, as well as developing outstanding citizens. And we're going to get to it a little bit later on, but honestly, where would we be without our army of volunteers in our local clubs? While my baggy green at home is one of my most prized possessions, there is so much more that sport has given me, and no doubt each of you in the room as well. So ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it's my absolute pleasure, to be guiding you through the Good Sport Awards and celebrating our 2022 winners and the broader impact that sport is having on our community. The Alcohol and Drug Foundation appreciates those making a commitment to building a healthier future. These awards provide an opportunity to shine the spotlight on success, celebrate the volunteers who are the backbone of good sports clubs, and provide winning clubs the recognition they deserve. And there is no greater place to do that than right here at Parliament House. I'd like to invite the Alcohol and Drug Foundation CEO, Dr. ERIN LALOR, to say a few words.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Alcohol and Drug Foundation's Good Sports Awards, and thank you, Holly, for a wonderful opening, really talking from the heart about the importance of community sport and sport in Australian culture. I'd like to also thank Selena for a very moving welcome to country and pay my respects to the Ngunnawal people, traditional owners of this land, and pay my respects to elders past and present. And thank you to everyone for attending this event today, especially those of you who have travelled to Canberra. And welcome to everyone who's joined us online. I particularly welcome our club representatives and many of their local members here today, and welcome Ministers Lee, McBride and Kearney, who'll be joining us later. At the Alcohol and Drug Foundation, we are immensely proud of the Good Sports program. We know the positive difference that it's been making for the last 20 years right across the country. And even this morning, as I've spoken to some of the club representatives, I've heard again the stories of the impact that it's making on the ground. We're now reaching over 100 sporting codes, nearly 11,000 sporting clubs across the country, reaching 3 million Australians who are members or connected to those community sporting clubs. The reach and the efforts of the volunteers within community sports is profound. Now, the awards judging panel this year didn't have a particularly easy task. We had over 550 entries for these awards. So if you're sitting here as a winner or a runner-up, if you were nominated, you should be really proud of that. 550 entries, the largest number of nominations to date. It's a remarkable amount, especially off the back of a particularly challenging year, with many club activities stalled again due to COVID, but also due to the floods. And despite this, all of our clubs have been instrumental in supporting their local communities, particularly in this time of increased need. So the fabulous volunteers that we work with have not just done the Good Sports program, they have gone above and beyond. So in the last year, we've worked with them to send out messages about what people can do to reduce risky drinking behaviour. They've also helped promote Path to Help, an online platform that connects people who need support for alcohol and drug problems with local services in their need. So they're starting to take a much bigger part in the efforts to reduce alcohol and drug-related harm in Australia. We're going to hear more about these outstanding efforts today, and I'm really delighted to be able to celebrate this excellence with so many people in the room. But now for some thank yous. So Good Sports wouldn't be the foremost program of its kind without the dedication of the team behind the scenes. And I can't tell you how proud I am of the ADF team. The passion and the excellence sits in every single member of the ADF team, and you only need to talk to people about Good Sports or our other programs to know that there is real commitment to helping to reduce the terrible devastation that alcohol and drugs causes for many people in this country. I'd also like to acknowledge the ongoing support of the Australian government and our state and territory funders, some of whom we've got here with us today. Without your support and your recognition of the importance of this program, we would not be able to deliver the positive impacts that impacts the lives of so many Australians across the country. And finally, to our club representatives who have joined us here today and online, thank you once again for your attendance, your nominations, and more importantly, your involvement in Good Sports. All I can say is you should be really proud of the positive choices that you're making, and we're really looking forward to continuing to support your clubs going forward. Now, we're here to hear about the winners, but before we hear about the winners, I'm going to extend my congratulations by announcing this year's runners-up. Now, the list is quite long. I'm assuming it's going to be on the screen, but if you could just hold your applause until the end, I will work through the national awards, the state awards, and the state volunteers of the year. So the runners-up for the national awards are Club of the Year, Spider Boxing Club from Queensland, Volunteer of the Year, Nicole Cooper from Esperance Hockey Association in WA, the Safe Transport Award, Natamuck United Football Club from Victoria, the Community Club Award, Goodwood Saints Football Club from South Australia, the Mental Health Award, Sandhurst Football Netball Club from Victoria, the Junior Club of the Year, Beverly Hills Junior Football Club from Victoria, and the new Club of the Year, Fraser Coast Swimming Club from Queensland. And then the State Club of the Year runners-up in the ACT, the Belconnen Ramblers Basketball Club, the Creel Bay Tennis Club in New South Wales, in Queensland, the Fraser Coast Swimming Club, in South Australia, Tea Tree Gully Athletic Centre, in Victoria, the Melbourne University Women's Football Club, the Collie Underwater Hockey Club from WA, and the Dominoes Basketball Club in Tasmania. And finally, the runner-up for the State Volunteers of the Year. In the ACT, we have Carol Jennings from Water Wombats. New South Wales is Dean Malcolm Turos Head Tennis Club, Kylie Burford from Spiders Boxing Club, Amber Valentine Prophet, Aldinga Netball Club in South Australia, Les Miller, Reservoir Cobras Cricket Club in Victoria, in WA, Lisa Huggins from the Riverton Calisthenics Club, and in Tasmania, Michael Claxton from Westbury Cricket Club. Please join me in congratulating all of our runners-up. Now, I'd just like to invite our local representatives from Belconnen Ramblers Basketball Club and Carol Jennings, if you're here, to come up and receive your certificates for the fabulous work you've been doing. Now I'm going to ask Greg to come to the stage and start with the recognition of our winners. Thank you all once again for attending.
Hi everyone. Well, thank you, Erin, and congratulations to all our runners-up. My name is Greg Howe. I'm the New South Wales ACT State Manager for the Alcohol and Drug Foundation. This award recognises a good sports club who has recently joined the program and is inspiring positive change and taking responsibility for its members. I'm honoured to announce that the Good Sports New Club of the Year award for 2022 goes to KOFUKAN Karate Club, Karate Australia Incorporated from Western Australia. Could I please ask the club representatives to join me on stage?
Our club is about family involvement. It's about getting mums and dads out there with the kids. It's about getting families to play together again. Karate made my life whole. It gave me all the missing parts that I didn't have. And that is why I'm so passionate. Anybody that will enter my dojo, I'm trying to make them a bigger, stronger person so that they can have a fuller life like I've got. We offer a multitude of free events. We do movie nights, we have done camps. It's not enough just to teach karate. I think you have to offer more. That's why we wanted to have good sports involved with our club. We hope that by implementing good sports policies that our club will become more inclusive, more family friendly, and through that we can offer a safer environment and a fun and enjoyable place to enrich your life. I didn't realise I sound so corny. I'd just like to thank Good Sports. Yes, we are a club that likes to do more than just offer the sport. We like to offer a safer environment for all our members and parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles. I think it's important that we can do this through sports. Thank you.
If the Honourable Madeline King or Mr. Rick Wilson are here today, we invite you to the photography area to get some photos with our winners. This next award is the Good Sports Community Club Award. It's a new category that we created this year to recognise the clubs who have had a positive impact on their wider community, outside their members and families, by going above and beyond the core requirements of a sports club. The 2022 Community Club Award goes to the JUNEE South East Australian TAEKWONDO Club from Outback, New South Wales. Well done.
JUNEE Taekwondo has always been a community and family orientated club. We can teach martial arts and self-defence, but if we can build strong foundations in our students with resilience and self-belief, then those students will become incredible adults. We've got students with various disabilities. We've added a few programs to help make it more inclusive for them and bring out their best. The change we see within the club really reaches out into the broader community. It's a change in our whole lifestyle. We've got young students that are becoming young leaders. We're really proud to support those students along that journey. Good Sports has certainly been a big help with that.
My
speech just gone out the window. That's our club. I'd just like to thank my wife, Carol, stand in the back there. She's been with me right from the start of our journey. I'd like to thank all the Good Sports Committee, National Panel, firstly for recognising our entry and awarding us Community Club of the Year. Also like to thank this lady here to my right, Diane Walton, who's our area or zone representative. Without Diane's encouragement, we wouldn't have entered, and I'm technically challenged, so we've had a few dramas getting our entry in. Without Diane and her support, we wouldn't have got here. So thank you so much, and thank you everyone. Thank you, and congratulations to all the club winners and runners-up. Thank you. Thank you.
And if the Honourable Michael McCormack is in attendance, you're welcome to make your way over to the photography area. Thank you. Mona.
Thank you, Greg, and welcome everyone. Hello, my name is Mona Malouf. I'm the State Manager for Victoria and Tasmania. Congratulations to JUNEE Taekwondo Club as well, that's fantastic. The Junior Club of the Year Award recognises a good sports club who has created a safer place for juniors to play sport by focusing on spectator behaviour, nutrition, a smoke-free environment and alcohol management. It's my pleasure to announce that this year's winner is Geelong Junior Marlins Water Polo Club. If I may invite the representatives to come on stage, please.
The Geelong Junior Marlins Water Polo Club was established approximately 5 years ago. We started with 5 members and now we've got over 75 members. Good Sports helped us to lift those numbers by being able to promote a safe and healthy environment to the wider community. The community wanted to come and be a part of our club because we were inclusive. We have family picnics, all of our parents help volunteer. We make it affordable for everyone to play. We recycle and reuse our uniforms because some families have 4 members of the family now playing. The culture of the club was quite segregated. Now, since we have implemented the policies from Good Sports, we are a lot more inclusive and the members feel like they are one community.
Thank you, Mona. I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of Geelong Junior Marlins Water Polo Club to thank ADF and Good Sports for considering our club for this award. As a regional club and a minority sport, we're extremely proud and honoured to accept this award and grateful for the opportunities this will create for our club to further enhance our profile in the future. We pride ourselves on providing a safe and healthy environment to all of our members and the greater community. And we look forward to continuing to grow our relationship with ADF Good Sports for many years to come. Thank you.
If the Honourable Richard Mars is here today, we invite you to the photography area to meet with your local club. Thanks, everyone.
I'd now like to invite Tara McCarthy from Transport New South Wales to join me on stage and say a few words and present the next award.
Well, good morning, everyone. Transport for New South Wales has proudly partnered with Good Sports since 2008, and I'm thrilled that we can help local sporting clubs to reduce the risk of drink driving by putting in place safe transport practices. Local sporting clubs know that being great is about much more than just winning. It's about looking after each other on and off the field. And this includes making sure everyone gets home safely after the game and after the celebrations. And it's an important part of being a family-friendly environment where members, volunteers and spectators are all looked after. Road safety is a shared responsibility, and Transport for New South Wales continues its work with its partners and organisations such as Good Sports to build a safety culture and work towards our goal of 0 deaths on our roads in New South Wales. We know that road safety is embedded in the core of Good Sports programs, and each club's Good Sports policy will have at least 3 safe transport practices outlined. And these include ideas such as a designated driver program, a call service for taxis, or free transport provided by the club themselves. And it is so important because road trauma affects many communities across Australia, from metro to remote to regional. I know many of you have travelled from across Australia to be here today, but it is a startling fact that someone is killed or hospitalised every 46 minutes because of a crash just in New South Wales, let alone the whole of Australia. The winner of the Good Sports Safe Transport Club Award is a shining example of how local community sporting clubs can help keep everyone safer on our roads. They have a safe transport strategy for all of their events, which goes a long way to reducing the risk of drink driving. They provide courtesy buses. They don't include drinks in their ticket prices. And they don't give away alcohol as prizes or gifts. And this club also has a dedicated traffic marshal directing the pick-up and drop areas of training nights and on match days. And it's my honour and my privilege to announce that the winner of the 2022 Good Sports Safe Transport Club Award is the New South Wales Forest Rangers Football Club. I invite you up to the stage.
I've been involved with Forest Rangers Football Club for 10 years now. My son joined Forest Rangers Football Club as an under 6-year-old. He's currently playing in the under 17s. My daughter plays in the under 14s. Because of the club culture is why we're still here. What our club has implemented from the Good Sports program is safe transport policy. The club provides a committee member and drop-off and pick-up in high-vis during training nights and match days. We do our utmost to provide a safe environment for kids, and it shows the community that we take safe transport seriously. Here at Forest Rangers, we're going to keep our members safe and happy, and with Good Sports providing assistance, we are doing that.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tracy. I'm very proud to receive this award on behalf of Forest Rangers Football Club. We have a home ground at Gunnins Park in Peakhurst, which is in Sydney. And I've been secretary of this grassroots club for the last 20 years. So I've seen it grow and prosper to over 1,000 players. And saying that, the players come with families and community members. So I would say we're looking at 3 to 4 after on a regular basis. However, saying that, our values remain that the players and community are at the heart of all that we do, and obviously their safety. One of the examples is that we do put on community buses to take our players to events such as the FFA Cup that we've attended the last few years to make sure the boys get there safely and back. Thank you to Good Sports and Andrew Prentice for acknowledging and supporting us and helping us with our particular focus on member safety and helping us towards this Safe Transport Award. And special thanks also to the continued support from the club president, Consoras, that you saw there on the video, and Vice President Matt Spanko. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you, Tara. Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Gray and I'm the Head of Program Delivery for the Alcohol and Drug Foundation. If the Honourable David Coleman is in attendance, you're welcome to make your way over to the photography area to meet with the Forest Rangers for a photo.
So it's now my pleasure to announce our state and territory winners for the Good Sports 2022 Volunteer of the Year. Volunteer of the Year celebrates a volunteer who puts their all into their club, not just for the love of sport, but for the love of their community. These are the members who are at the heart of our clubs. And the winners are, from the ACT, Bruce Russell, Western Districts Football Club. From New South Wales, Michael Colner, Ballina Seagulls Rugby League Football Club. From Queensland, Vic Pascoe, Ipswich and District Athletics Club. South Australia, Tammie Tugwell, Angas Go-Kart Club. From South Australia, let me repeat that, Tammie, you deserve it anyway. From South Australia, Tammie Tugwell, Angas Go-Kart Club. From the Northern Territory, Kelly Moyer, Pince Netball Club. From Victoria, Terry O'Reilly, Melbourne University Women's Football Club. From Western Australia, Nicole Cooper, Esperance Hockey Association. And from Tasmania, Kylie Shivers, Tasmania University Football Club. Could Tammie and Bruce please join me on stage to accept their certificates?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Russell Grimson. I'm from our New South Wales team, our Regional Community Development Manager, and I have the honour and privilege of announcing our winner of the National Volunteer of the Year Award. We saw some fantastic names up there as our state winners, which is absolutely amazing. We've heard also a number of stories of how important volunteers are to our clubs. We would love to be able to award one to the thousands of volunteers across all of our good sports clubs across the country, but alas, there can only be one winner. And those thousands of volunteers, they can certainly touch the lives of those 3 million people that ERIN mentioned earlier. But not only those people, but their families. But it is really exciting, the contributions that our volunteers make, and we've heard some great stories. But without further ado, our winner of the National Volunteer of the Year Award is Tammie Tugwell.
I do what I do to benefit everybody that's here, but none more so than the kids. My roles within the Angas Go-Kart Club are Grants Coordinator, Sponsorship Coordinator, Points Collaborator, Race Day Official and Administrator for Policies and Procedures. In the last 5 years, I have secured over $65,000 in funding. Through grants, we've been able to upgrade vital and necessary equipment. The resources on hand through Good Sports have been a major advantage when it comes to how to approach grant submissions. I do it for the kids and for everybody that visits so that we can have the best club to showcase the sport that I love.
I'm really nervous, so I'm going to try and get through this without stumbling. Firstly, thank you to ADF and Good Sports for awarding me with this prestigious honour. Volunteers willingly contribute in the hopes of making a difference. And although it's always nice to feel appreciated, this is extremely overwhelming. And I'm still mind-boggled that I have received this esteemed accolade for simply playing in the dirt. Congratulations to all the volunteer state and territory winners. As volunteers, we give of ourselves, our time, our skills, our knowledge, and even sometimes what little sanity we may have left. But mostly, we give of our passion. a passion that just wants everyone to have the opportunity to enjoy and love our sports as much as we do. Even in the face of adversity at times, our loyalty and love for our sports is what drives us to continuously give of ourselves and strive to see the smiles on the faces of those that really matter. Thank you also to my amazing husband, Luke. You have seen firsthand almost every single moment of everything I do. You have seen the many long hours of hard work behind the scenes that most just don't know about. You have listened to all my grant submissions, all project plans, fundraising ideas, and proved all policies and procedures for me. You have listened to every frustration, commiserated every loss, and also celebrated every win with me. You encouraged me through the process of becoming an official in dirt karts, then striving to achieve my state and then national accreditations, and then travelling to the top of the country to train others and officiate at Darwin several times. Woo, hi Darwin. You are my biggest supporter, and I love you endlessly for gifting me these opportunities to do what I love to do and supporting me every step of the way. Thank you to everyone that has supported me. And although it may take a little while for the full magnitude of this to sink in and the nerves to go away, I'm honestly so honoured to be your 2022 National Volunteer of the Year recipient. Thank you.
Congratulations, Tammy. And just with the video recording, you saw, there was a mention there of 65,000, I think it was, that Tammy had raised. Reliably informed that's up to 77,000. So well done, Tammy. And if Rebecca Sharkey is here, you are able to join us up the back for some photos, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thanks, Russ, and congratulations again, Tammy. So I'm Hayley Grashharbour. I'm the Regional Community Development Manager for the ACT here in Canberra. And today I'm here to announce to you our state and territory winners for the Good Sports 2020 Club of the Year. So this award goes to good sports clubs who are shining examples of good sports values, inclusive, vibrant, passionate, and connected. They've adopted practices and strategies to improve the well-being of their members, inspiring positive change and building a healthier, more family-friendly club environment where everyone feels welcome. The winners are ACT Water Wombats, New South Wales Manly United Football Club, Queensland Spiders Boxing Club, South Australia Power Blades Dragon Boat Racing Club of SA, Northern Territory Pints Netball Club, Victoria Melton Rugby Union Football Club, Western Australia Warwick Greenwood Cricket Club, and of course Tasmania Woodbridge Cricket Club. Could representatives from Woodbridge Cricket Club and Water Wombats please join me on stage to accept your certificates.
Thank you, Hayley, and congratulations to all of our winners just then and also throughout this morning. I'd now like to ask the Honourable Emma McBride, Assistant Minister for Mental Health and Suicide Prevention and Rural and Regional Health, to the stage. Minister McBride will say a few words and present the Mental Health Excellence Award, followed by this year's National Club of the Year Award. Please welcome.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here today. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet and to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Annika Wells, Minister Wells, is so disappointed that she couldn't be here, but passes on her congratulations for all the work that you do in communities right across Australia. Sport is just part of our DNA, and local sporting clubs like the one I grew up, Wyong District Netball Association at Baker Park in Wyong, are the hearts and souls of our local communities. Sport really can boost your confidence, grow your self-esteem, create resilience and build healthy communities. The Good Sports Mental Health Excellence Award celebrates a good sports club who goes above and beyond to increase the positive impact of their club through promoting mental health and awareness. And this has never been more important. We know that mental ill health is an issue that impacts many Australians, especially after the last few years that we've all experienced. Local sporting clubs across the country had to cancel or postpone activities and events, or even the entire season. This club has come through the trials with a commitment to not only running their club to a high standard, but to genuinely supporting their members. They've undertaken positive activities that look after both their minds and their bodies of their club members, providing a shining example of how being part of a local community sporting club can improve people's quality of life. This club has held mental health awareness matches, run fundraising events for Lifeline, and trained 8 current players in mental health first aid. And I know this is something that your organisation is supporting others to do across Australia. Their commitment to excellence in this area is abundantly clear, as they've achieved so much and continually strive for more. This year, they're also aiming to introduce a mental health coordinator as part of their club structure. This club is well deserving of this award. I'd like to announce the winner is Tasmania University Football Club.
Based in Sandy Bay, Tasmania. We try to be as welcoming as possible, really focus on participation. Good Sports has really fast-tracked our progress with our mental health program. It's allowed us to gain extra training, so we have about 12 of our coaches, volunteers and players trained up in mental health first aid, which is really important for our players to have the tools to be able to identify when people are struggling. But our journey really is only starting. Our club is really focused on connecting with the community through initiatives with Lifeline Tasmania. Being with Good Sports provides us with resources to create a safe and inclusive space. That culture is really important for our members.
I've also just noticed the former Sports Minister, Senator Colbeck, here in the room, so I wanted to acknowledge the work that you did in your tenure as Sports Minister. And also to Dr. ERIN LALOR, the CEO of the Alcohol and Drug Foundation. It's been a pleasure to get to know you in this job. I know your passion and your dedication, and it's such a pleasure to be part of today's event. Evidence shows that participating in sport can provide important protective factors in preventing alcohol and other drug harm, such as connecting people, giving them a real sense of belonging and purpose, and providing positive mentors and role models. Good sports clubs contribute to this by building environments that encourage connection and deepening connection with local communities. The program gives clubs the opportunities to reflect, improve, and reach their full potential, and provides support via dedicated Alcohol and Drug Foundation staff to do just that. The Good Sport program has been running for over 20 years. It's enjoyed bipartisan support, as I just mentioned, from the former Sports Minister, over its rich history, which is a testament to the value and longevity of this program, as is the fact that over 10,000 clubs from across the country are part of the program, representing so many communities and diverse sporting codes. Congratulations to all of this year's winners. We have already heard some of your stories, and there is such a breadth of experience, dedication, and community spirit on display today. The Club of the Year award goes to a good sports club who is a shining example of good sports values: inclusive, vibrant, passionate, and connected. They have adopted practices and strategies to improve the well-being of their members, inspiring positive change and building a healthier, more family-friendly club environment where everyone belongs and feels welcome. This year's winner is the perfect example of what good sports can do for local sporting clubs right around the country. They exemplify the values of the program as a passionate and vibrant sporting community. It's a small club with a mighty heart that wanted to change its reputation to become more family-friendly and welcoming to everyone. They had the drive and the lofty ambition, and the Good Sport program was there to support them to reach their goal. I'm honoured to announce this year's Good Sports Club of the Year is Woodbridge Cricket Club.
Tasmania, about 43 kilometres south Hobart. Even though we're a small club, we have a huge range of ages. I think our oldest is 71, our youngest member is 4. We had a history going back many years of basically drinking, smoking, and we knew we had to change, and we wanted to change. But the issue came down to how we do it, and that's just when Good Sports came in. Good Sports has a focus, it has the support to make that change. Now we've got kids running around paying for the club, families turning up to the club, as well as payers. All that is changes the last 2 years, and that's really great to see. We want to become a world club. We want to inspire other clubs to also be part of the Good Sports program.
Thanks, Emma, and thanks for the recognition too. This does really demonstrate that the importance of this program and how it works across the whole Parliament, and how important we all understand that a good and strong culture that exists in our sporting clubs is so important for us all, but also for our communities. It's been said plenty of times this morning that our sporting clubs are the heartbeat of so many communities. They are the places where we come together. They are places where we learn a lot of our community and cultural behaviours. And so having the right culture, having the appropriate practices, making sure that the locker room behaviour, if you want to call it that, is focused in the right way is so important. And I congratulate the Alcohol and Drug Foundation for the work that they do in promoting all of these awards, but also the work that goes on in the clubs. We've seen so many great stories here this morning, and it's terrific to see the passion and the pride in the achievements of each of the clubs. And I might just say, as a Tasmanian, I'm pretty proud of the 2 clubs that have been successful here today. And so thanks very much for the opportunity to say something.
Well, I must admit, when we first heard about winning this award, it was a huge surprise, bordering on astonishment. How can a small country club in the far south of Tasmania possibly win an award like this, a huge national award? That feeling then changed to one of huge pride. We know what we've done over the last few years. We know the efforts the club has put in over the last few years. It's just wonderful to be acknowledged for doing those efforts. One of the obvious things is, you saw on the video, and great video, guys, and we all are, the kids, the kids training that we have. 2 years ago, the club had no kids whatsoever. We've now got 20 odd kids. We've got an under 13s team for the first time this year for over a generation. We have kids between 4 and 10. I had 16 in the last training session. So we had 2 years ago, we had none. That's the sort of change the club has made. I'd like to thank the Good Sports team in Tasmania, particularly Hugh Graham at the back there. Hugh might not think he's done too much, but no, but Hugh came to the club numerous times gave us encouragement when we needed it, showed us the policies and resources that were available, and the clubs acted upon those. And the results are obvious. We've won this award. I also should like to thank the committee of the club. It's very easy to have policies and sign off policies and just rubber stamp it. But the committee went further than that. We actively looked to implement the policies to their entirety and do what we could for the club. And myself, I've heard on numerous occasions out on the field, we don't do that anymore. We're a good sports club now. Pretty amazing things to hear, and it made a big difference. Two last things. I'm sort of pity the Holly's not here. Oh, there you are, Holly. Woodbridge is the home of women's cricket in Australia. But if you do this, little town in southern Tasmania, a lady called Lily Pollard Harris, back in the 1890s, organised the first competitive women's game in Australia and organised the first competitive women's league in Australia. So we go back a long way, but we've gone a long way over the last few years. But just something for you to realise that Woodbridge down south has a big history in women's cricket. And also, finally, we won our first trophy for over 15 years, the local T20 competition, two weeks ago. Thank you. I don't think it's a coincidence that we won that trophy and won this trophy as well. A good, happy, healthy club breeds success, and that's what's happened. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all the winners here today. You should be proud, all of you. And as I said, great videos too. I'm looking forward to seeing ours back at the club with the other members. Thank you.
I'd just like to welcome back up Luke from the Tasmania University Football Club to give his speech and accept his award.
Thank you, Holly, Minister. It's a great honour to be here today. Firstly, I'd like to thank and congratulate and acknowledge all the state and national winners in this room. Everyone should be pretty proud of the positive change that we are all making, and a great representation from Tasmania, so must be something in the water down there. I'd also like to thank the Good Sports team that have assisted our club, Verena and Hugh, who are here today, and Good Sports more broadly for supporting clubs around Australia to set up better environments. Can you still hear me? Yep, sorry. Better environments for players, volunteers, supporters and officials. Our club really appreciates the ability to access resources that helps and tackles tricky topics such as mental health, alcohol, drugs, smoking and safe transport. Lastly, I'd like to thank all our players, coaches, committee members and our volunteers, including Kylie, who won the state award today, for all supporting our club to promote healthy behaviours for all. So thank you very much.
Right, well, a massive congratulations to all of our winners and all of our good sports clubs more broadly. It's so great to see so many more clubs and I guess the broader impact of this organisation and how it goes about working to minimise alcohol and other drug harms in local communities. This is the end of our formalities for the ceremony. So on behalf of the Alcohol and Drug Foundation, I'd like to thank you all for coming and joining in, for those online as well, to support our winners and celebrate their successes.